Hello, my name is Christian Nicolescu, and I'm here to tell you guys a little bit about who we are. We're here to represent Economically Driven. We are an online company, and our goal is going to be to try and facilitate a safe and secure stream of communication between driver and passenger, all just through a cost-free service, and hopefully this will help alleviate the big problem of traffic. Traffic poses many different problems. It cramps our schedule, wastes our time, drives up gas prices while depleting natural resources, and it pollutes our environment. And now Lindsay Krantz is going to provide more detail about the threat that these pollutants cause.
When considering the causes of air pollution, it's important to recognize two main pollutants. Particulate matter, which are particles of solid matter suspended in gas or liquid, also known as PM10, causes more than 8,000 deaths a year. Its primary source of pollutants is transportation, accounting for 41%, with 27% attributed due to roadway transport. In addition to PM10, ozone pollution, or O3, is the cause for 500 deaths a year. NOx, or nitrogen oxide emissions, causes this ozone pollution and accounts for 65% of pollution, attributed to 45% due to roadway transportation. With those pollutants in mind and their causes, Hamad Haq will explain both the problem and our solution.
As my peers have already told you, the rising concern of pollution in Italy, most of it is caused by PM10 and nitrogen oxide, with the addition of non-methane volatile organic compounds. Our solution to the rising pollution in Italy is a web portal which will provide the subscribers integrating their profiles with Facebook and Twitter. This would reduce the awkwardness that the people might have carpooling with complete strangers. I would like to introduce Beres Taha to tell you more about demographics of Italy.
Italy has a large population of over 60 million people. It also consists of over 40 large cities with populations ranging from 100,000 to 2.7 million. Gas prices in Italy are one of the highest in Europe, with current gas prices at over $7 per gallon. For several years, Italy has struggled with high levels of air pollution. As a result, many Italian cities have regulated car-free days where the use of vehicles is banned for a day in order According to a study done by the European Union, Italy has the second highest amount of premature deaths in Europe due to air particles. The Italian government has received warnings and criticism from the European Union for exceeding pollution limits and failing to incorporate a successful plan of action. Now here's Christian to discuss the operational structure.
The structure that we are going to employ at first is a flat structure. As a technology-based company, and especially a startup, it will provide us with the most advantageous possibilities. This flat structure will allow us to obtain input from everywhere in our team, which will give us the opportunity to have make the most advised decisions and the best ideas, and as well as adapt to the evolving market demands. And now Amir Jawed is going to talk to you about cost analysis.
We have decided that we'll be taking a modular approach towards the completion of our project. Okay, we'll be taking 3 to 4 different providers, and we'll finalize the best that suits us. There will also be a development cost for our website. The provider will be charging us per hourly. The estimate time to make this website is about 120 hours. We will be developing our website offshore so it can be cheaper, and the cost for that is $15 per hour. It all adds up to about $1,800 for us to make our website. To have our website running, there will be maintenance costs associated with it. Maintenance contract to be signed with the developer. There will be an estimate of $2,000 cost for a yearly contract for regular website pertaining to web functions, which will include functions like regular update, keeping up with the technology, adding new features and deleting new features. There will also be hardware costs associated with this. Purchasing hardware to run the website. The cost for this is $10,000 per year. Typically, the provider will provide 3 years of warranty for the service, but the hardware can run up to 5 years. And finally, there will be a marketing cost with this too, which will include cost of renting billboards in major cities. We will be renting sports arenas at the airports. We will be renting space at sports arenas and airports. We will also be creating fan page, which is free of charge in different media websites, which includes like Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, etc. The cost for this is $25,000 for the first year. Now our main revenue is going to be coming from advertisements. We'll be providing optional annual membership of $9.99 for the year. The benefits to that to the members would be they will be ad free. The cost of this is $50,000 projected for the first year. Now our budget for the first year, as I mentioned earlier, the maintenance cost is going to be $3,800, which is going to include the website cost and keeping up the website. The hardware cost is up to $10,000 and the marketing cost is $25,000. Based on all our costs, we're expected to get $11,200 net profit for the first year. It's going to jump up to $43,000 the next year, $58,000 the year following, $83,000 the fourth year, and up to $100,000 plus for the fifth year. And now Kelsey's going to talk about the marketing.
In order to get our company off to a great start, we need to market 3 different groups. The first will be made up of tourists and backpackers who are looking for an easy, inexpensive, and flexible way to get around to different attractions or to different cities. The second group is made up of locals who don't have cars and are looking for our services on a more daily or common basis, such as running errands or visiting friends and relatives. The third group is composed of locals who do have cars. They'll be the ones driving around the other 2 groups, and they'll be looking for a simple way to make money without having to change their daily routine. In order to reach our targets, we will have to advertise in 3 different ways. The first will be by placing ads in popular Italian airports and train stations. This will allow us to reach locals as well as tourists who will be coming in using the airports frequently. The second way is by placing ads in soccer stadiums. Soccer games are a very popular social as well as tourist attraction in Italy, so this would be a great way to market to different types of our groups. The third way is by using social networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. These are all free sites to join, and it's easy to make fan pages for them. The range of these sites is international, so we would be marketing to not only Italians but also other tourists who will be visiting Italy. And now Lindsay Krantz is going to talk about limitations.
As with any venture, there are some limitations to consider when examining the impact and use of our service. The lack of volunteers to the drivers could be an issue based on lack of knowledge. To counter this, we will provide an adequate understanding of its benefits and how it works. Once use of our service has begun, the possibility of a bad experience deterring future use of our service exists. By providing ride etiquette, we hope to limit and extinguish any bad experiences. Those limitations seem minor in the greater aspect. The need to reduce pollution is imperative. We can't simply ignore the impacts of pollution on public health and the atmosphere of the earth. If we don't do something now, nothing will get done. A demand for the solution exists. People want to help, but have nothing to act on. We can fill that void with our service. Not only will this reduce pollution, but it will reduce fuel costs for consumers. It's a free service. It will supplement consumers with a convenient alternative to hectic commuting and traveling. As investors, this is one of the most strategic and eco-friendly alternatives to traveling that you could provide. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation.